At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. Figured we'd switch it up today, do a little afternoon, because we got the Pulsechain conference going on day 4 tonight. So definitely going to be watching that, getting some alpha from the homies. But yeah, guys, a lot of FUD out there right now, a lot of misinformation. And I saw news today that Banter capitulated and sold out of his ETH bags. And to me, that I don't care whether he does that or not, but it's a bottom sign, I think. You know, he said he got in at like $9 or something like that. So he's been holding for cycles. So at this point, you know, that's probably a good time to get out. I don't blame him. And his justification was I'm putting it in Solana. How can Ethereum outperform Solana this cycle? And I agree with him. I don't think it will. I mean, all the on-chain metrics are bad for Ethereum right now, guys. I didn't see that. I didn't realize that there's no one using ETH. It's not like it was. Solana's fees are 100 times cheaper than ETH, and they're doing pretty much the same amount, which that's scary. That means there's a lot of people. There's a lot of sharks out there in the water. So it's just crucial right now to be in the right cryptos. These times here, I think this cycle is going to happen really fast. I think we're going to pick up right after the Ripple lawsuit. That's about another 6 weeks from now. I think that's when it's go time. My gut tells me. I think Richard Hart, he made it clear. 1 year to shake out the weak hands. And happy birthday, Pulsechain. 1 year ago today, it launched. And I know I was in Albany. We were had a trip out there. And man, what a crazy time looking back and how much opportunity there was. If you listen to the right people. And if you didn't, you missed out on a lot of stuff. PDI, PTGC, Alien. I mean, there's just so much across the entire ecosystem. All the reflection coins early. With PRS, VRX. Teddy Bear had the huge run. And now everything is back, guys. I was looking at the chart. I don't look at karate. I have all my coins in the app to bet. And I didn't realize it was down 90%. Pretty much from the local high. And I was like, holy geez. But you know what? Whatever. This is long term. And if you're a trader, yeah, that I want you to do well and make money on those trades, but it ain't my thing. It's just not for me. I'd rather just hold. And that's why I think diversifying, for me, it substitutes feeling the pain of seeing your bags down. You know, I don't mind where a couple things are down, but there's always something in your bag that's up. You know, today, looking here, obviously there's nothing on Pulsechain here, but, you know, safe for all of us that got the airdrop. Congrats. Well, why am I on Decentraland? Safe's at $1.93. And I think that I want to say that this is Richard's wallet. I'm going to go on and throw my tinfoil hat on. Coach, send it over. And I'm going to say Richard had something to do with this wallet. You know, I thought it was the Staker app guys kind of at first, but no. They were just using it because it's probably the safest wallet out there. So keep an eye out on this, guys. This could be a sleeper this cycle. And we all got airdrops. If you made a stake on Staker app or you use Gnosis Safe, you got an airdrop. So Flare Networks, look at this, down to 2.7 cents. I mean, guys, this is the low. These are like the lows right here. I mean, we came down to pretty much the same point a month ago. So yeah, maybe come down to 2.2, but I don't see it. But you know what? Actually, yeah, it might, because it's tied in with Ripple. But regardless, guys, look at this. I didn't even realize the man Arthur Hayes, the sleeper will awaken. Fade flare at your own risk. Yahtzee. Introducing the inaugural article of the Maelstrom Substack on Link, Pith, and Flare, where we'll be posting research. So I didn't even see this. I'm going to check it out. Chainlink's just an oracle. So this guy obviously is a Chainlink dude. The Oracle War. I've been saying it now, guys, for how long on stream? At least a year and a half. Flare is way better than Chainlink. People laugh at me. Oh, Chainlink is working with Swift. Oh, Chainlink's working with Swift. That's great. Ripple's and XRP are going to be settling Swift in the future. And the third-party problem with Chainlink, I don't like that. Flare comes to your blockchain and brings you a oracle on chain. That's important for a certain customer. When these companies are using the blockchain, banks, hedge fund, when everyone's using this stuff in a couple of years, guys, they're not going to be using stuff that you have to trust a third party. It's not happening. Just like when Solana went down, my interview with Jay Claver, super lucky that he took the time to come on the channel and talk to us about everything he sees because he's plugged in. He was saying the same thing. Flare is something special. And right now, we're used to meme coins and just nonsense around this space. And all the big boys are using private blockchains right now. All the banks. So we can't see what they're doing. And I don't know if we're ever meant to see that stuff. And this is where I'm really conflicted with BitBoy talking about, the everything is for control. I get it. It's for control. But this is America. You can't just do that. You can't just force everybody into this stuff. Tokenizing everything so everything can be tracked. People are going to use cash. People will say, you know what? I'll trade in silver now. Screw this. It's not going to get that bad. And if it does, it's because we allowed it to happen. But Flare now working with the government, working with AI. I mean, it's just so obvious to me, guys. The Oracle Wars are here. And I'm not even worried about Solana. The shutdowns sealed their fate for any enterprises or real businesses that are going to be using blockchain. They are not going to go to a chain that has any kind of problems where transactions can spam the network. Hedera, do you ever see that? They process 5 billion transactions now, and no one's talking. No, 50 billion transactions on Hedera. Sorry, and no one talks about it. But it's only a matter of time, guys. So on the anniversary, we get a pump. And P-Gnosis. I faded this one. I had Gnosis back in 2019. Sold it at the top last cycle and never got back into it. But with Safe Wallet now, I wonder if this is connected. Gnosis Safe pumping, P-Gnosis pumping. I don't know. I think Richard, shout out to GIF. Look at that. 50% up on the day. We got that early. Man, like 2 months ago, we got GIF. So this thing is just ripping right now. I don't know what sand is, unless this is a sandbox. I don't know. I'm guessing it has to be maybe. But I like to see this. The blue chips are starting to move. And I just have a feeling Richard is going to send these things to parity. It only makes sense, guys. Put yourself in the throne. Light the candles behind you. Crank the watch spinners. Turn them all on. and sit back and think, how can I get the most attention over to Pulsechain? What can I do for people over there? You know, the world's largest airdrop, that shit didn't work. No one cares. People come where there's value. And I just think the smartest thing, what I would do if I was in that throne, is I would hit every single community one at a time and pump the hell out of them up to parity. Renders what on $11 right now? I got a couple hundred of them left. I bought it for 47 cents in the bear market in 2022, 2023. It was down to $1.33. I got it way long ago before the Gemini crash and they stole my render, my Filecoin, some Bitcoin, some basic attention token. Yeah, getting back any day now. So I don't know who's selling right now. I think it's FTX. I don't think it's Mt. Gox. I think FTX is dumping the hell out of the market behind the scenes. They are it is the most shady, corrupt thing ever. The only company that Gary Gensler just opened up to and let FTX rub his bald head, shine him up. And he was so friendly with FTX, but every single person out there, Coinbase, Kraken, Ripple, Uniswap, Ethereum now, we're suing you. I mean, it's crazy. How the hell was FTX just the best out there? And it's just crazy. You know, what really went on there? And it's starting to get political, guys. We're starting to see Mark Cuban coming out. And this is, you know, it's one thing when us here, we're seeing Gary on Twitter. He's the meme, yada, yada, yada. But when you see Mark Cuban, a billionaire, Shark Tank, you know, a lot of people look to him in a lot of different walks of life for stuff he does. The Dallas Mavericks owner. I mean, he's got his hands in everything. And he's slamming Gary Gensler, saying crypto voters will be heard in this election. Mr. I get wrecked in everything I do, Cuban. That's how these guys are. They're degens. And I can't wait until Wall Street comes in and thinks they know what they're doing here and just gets slaughtered. Mark Cuban noted that crypto is a mainstay with younger and independent voters. He responded to Donald Trump's courting of crypto, saying crypto will play a large role in the election. If Biden loses, there's a good chance you'll be able to thank Gary Gensler and the SEC. Crypto is a mainstay, yada, yada, yada. This is also a warning to Congress. Crypto voters will be heard. You could solve this problem for Sleepy Joe by passing legislation that defines registration that's specific to crypto. Yeah, but you have Janet Yellen, you have Liz Warren, and you have these 70 and 80-year-old just out of touch, distorted from reality boomers, and they got to go, guys. What other generation just has to stay here and stay relevant forever? It's like retire and go be with your family. Get the hell out of here. But man, there's got to be an age limit or something for Congress. Like, why do we have two 80-year-olds running for president? Does that really make sense? We couldn't do better. But regardless, guys, it's getting political. And we like that. Lawmakers, crypto market structure bill stands no chance this Congress, but sets them up for next year. So we're going to have another year of the madness. And I just saw how the GameStop guy popped up out of his basement and started tweeting again. GameStop pumped. Is that going to be what brings retail back? GameStop being talked about now, Wall Street bets. I mean, who knows? It's going to be something, a new app. Is it going to be those plushy NFTs that Ivan's always talking about? The Pudgy Penguins. I heard they sold like 1 million of them, of physical Pudgy Penguins. And the next round, I heard they're going to be all Janet Yellen's. So the Pudgy Penguins are going to have Janet Yellen's face on them. which I thought was pretty funny. I'm going to go definitely buy one. On Monday, investment bank TD Cowen said that FIT21, which takes a comprehensive approach at regulating crypto, has zero chance of becoming law this year. Like, why are we wasting our time and our effort falling behind the world? Like, is this all on purpose? This planned destruction of the dollar that's coming? Because I know damn well everyone wants to, ditch the dollar and go use some currency that's backed by China and Russia. That's exactly what people are going to do. The real estate problems China has, guys, are out of control. They are screwed with their economy. So don't let these idiots over here tell you that China is taking over. Yeah, why do you think they're going to every other country around the world? Because their economy is toast. They've built ghost cities. Their entire economy runs on real estate and spec building. And they built spec cities around the entire country. And there's just no more money. People paid money, and you pay before it's built, full price. So how many people are out money now? And there's still these ghost cities. It's really bad. So you're telling me a country that's economy's collapsing, now you pair them up with Russia and where else? Saudi Arabia, Iran. And that's the currency that the world's going to just trust. People like in the Bahamas, people in South America. You think they're really going to do that? I don't think so. I just don't see it, guys. Stable coins are the way. I don't know if this was planned, if it just happened, if it was destiny, but the petrodollar was gone last year in 2023. And miraculously, stablecoin volume is at all-time highs right now. I think there's like $180 billion in stablecoins right now going around. So this is the perfect way to keep the dollar relevant. I mean, all these BRICS countries, great. But the blockchain and digital currency, it finally brings truth, not trust. And I think that's a huge reason there's so much hesitancy to bring blockchain and this technology and rush it to the forefront, because all these banks, all these scams that are out there, all paper silver, 185 ounces for every single physical ounce out there. What? The derivatives market. Nobody even knows how much money is in that market. Like, what is going on? You can't run these scams on the blockchain. So, yeah, it's going to eliminate all of that stuff. But I think they're going to have to collapse the system. Like, I just saw some crazy thing about the Koblisi report. Let me see if I could find it on Twitter. With the M2 money supply and this recession, we're not in a recession right now, but we're like 3 times worse than we were in 2008. The banks are screwed right now. So it's a ticking time bomb. So I think that they're going to use that as an excuse. And then, they're going to be able to say, oh, yeah, because of these banks had to close. No, they can't run their Ponzi schemes and their scams anymore. So it's like, man, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of good that comes out of bringing this to the blockchain, but I see the hesitancy now. Google interest for GameStop has skyrocketed. This is awesome. There, what up, Angelo? Appreciate you. I didn't know. Hey, you're good with these. I never would have thought Takeshi Wa. You're good, bro. I like it. There she is. Friend, what's up? Hey, so with Flare staking, you don't have, so I know I get you have to have 50,000 to do a stake. But if you just go to delegating, you don't need 50,000. You can do however much you want. And once you accumulate 50,000, then you can just undelegate them and then move them over to P Flare and wrap them over there. So you can just stake those, delegate them for now. And it's just, the interest is just a little bit less. Like, I just noticed the yield is a little bit higher when you stake it versus delegating. So you don't need 50,000 to delegate. You can do any amount. And then like you get your rewards every 3.5 days or whatever. I claim them like once a week just so I don't have to keep spending Flare a little bit. And I think it's like 65 a week over there. But I get every 2 weeks on staking, I get 300 coins. So 2 weeks is like 120 in delegating. So okay, in the app. So when you go to when you click Flare, you gotta click the little 3 buttons on top and then click wrap. And then when you wrap your Flare, then you click those buttons and then click delegate inside the app. Why do I always do Bitfrost? I'm so funny. So there's hold on a second. Here, I'm gonna I got a better idea. I can just pull the app up on my phone for you. Because you got to get these in so you can qualify for the monthly drops. All right, here we go. Hold on a second. All right, so in your phone here, in your menu, you got the buttons. So you're gonna click the right there, the right button, and then wrap them, and then you're gonna delegate. So you got to use the 3 dots up there. And that should help you out. So yeah, vanilla, P Flare. So in your main in the main screen here, you got Flare and then wrapped Flare. If you have 50,000 wrapped Flare from delegating and you go to the regular Flare, it turns it into P Flare and then you can stake it. But you need 50,000. So the staking there, I get 300 Flare every 2 weeks versus 120 in the other one. So it's significant. No, sorry, it's 140. So it's about double the reward. So I noticed that and I'm just taking advantage while this passive income is here. And then you get your monthly drops too on top of it. So friend, just let me know if you have a problem. Just let me know. I could just shoot me an email if you want, or Lindsay, either one, and I can like send you screenshots back or something. But you just gotta when you click on Flare, you make sure you gotta wrap it first, and then when it's wrapped Flare, then you click those buttons and delegate it. I think that's where you're having a confusion. And then with Flare, if for vanilla, when you have regular Flare, you want to click it and then hit stake and then it will make you wrap it into P Flare, but you need 50,000 of them to do a stake. So, here, this is what, once you do the P Flare, you can, it looks like that right here. So you have to have 50,000 to do that though. But again, it's right in the little buttons right here. So you want to wrap them first and then stake them from there. So that's how you do it. Yeah, if you have 50,000, yes. If you have 50,000, I would unwrap it and stake it because we're trying to get passive income, right? And if it's significantly higher for one option, why I don't see why not. And you still get your monthly drops, but it's funny because it doesn't show you the right amount in the delegating part. It says like, you got 500 Flare in this monthly drop, but I really got like 1900 or whatever. It was a lot higher, but it show when you go and you actually claim them, it shows up there. There's just no part for the monthly drops in that other side. So I'm just trying to get as much as I possibly can back in passive income right now before Flare takes off and has a futures commodities exchange on it, guys. Think about that. Where commodities that are tokenized on Flare, and then people are going to take their Bitcoin and bridge it over and make it FBTC and pair it up with gold, pair it up with oil, pair it up with anything. And that's where the value is going to be in Flare. That's when XRP is going to take off, when there's actual companies that are tokenizing things and bringing value on chain. Yep. Yes. You still get the Flare drops. They're exactly, no matter, it's just your total balance for the drop. So whether you have 10,000 delegated and 100,000 staked, or 100,000 delegated and 1,000 stake, or 50,000 staked, you get the same monthly drops. It just doesn't, in the little delegating part where you claim your rewards there, when it shows you the monthly drops, it's just off. It's not right. It's only proportionate. And the bigger chunk you get in the staking part, it just doesn't show it, but you'll see it in your claimed rewards when you go to wrap it again to restake it or delegate it. So yeah, definitely a little hack for you right there to get significantly more yield, because there's 4 epochs per every round of staking rewards. So it's every 2 weeks. So you get like 2 a month, and I'm getting 600 versus 75 a week. So yeah, I'm getting double. So I don't know how you can go wrong with that. So guys, this law here, this bill here regulating crypto, I mean, this is my problem here is this stuff happens so fast. This market, everything changes, technology, AI. So if you come in and you make legislation right now, it's going to be pointless in 6 months, a year. I don't know where this goes, if AI is going to have to govern AI ultimately, but we're in this weird kind of gray area where you can't rush in legislation because it'll kill business, or it's going to be, like I said, obsolete so fast. And then also too, when you got freaking Maxine Waters of California has opposed the bill. It's like, this lady is, it's embarrassing, guys. As an American, to have Maxine Waters, Elizabeth Warren, Janet Yellen, Brad Sherman, that asshole, the economic advisor to Biden the other day, who couldn't say how the economy works. Yeah, we print money, then then there's loans. So people loan money, and then it's confusing as shit, But yeah, modern money theory, or whatever, modern market, monetary money, whatever the MMT stands for, that's bullshit. And oh man, I don't know what sparks the change. A full collapse? Like, people are so worried about the stupidest things, and that's how you get where we are right now. So Fit 21 was passed out of the House Financial Service Committee and the House Agricultural Committee. Think about that. The House Agricultural Committee is passing crypto bills. Is that not a problem right there? What? Welcome to America. Lawrence Taylor says he was a Democrat when he was partying and out of control until he met the Donald. I grew up a Democrat until I met this man right here. Nobody in my family will ever vote for a crat again. Taylor was joined by OJ, my man OJ Anderson, on stage. Guys, the amount of people that are at these rallies for Chunk right now is crazy. I mean, he's got, look at this. This was in New Jersey. Like, oh my goodness. And then Kamala Harris. If Donald Trump gets the chance, he will sign a national abortion ban. Good. Who cares? These people are crazy. I just imagine if Trump runs with Vivek and he was just fully crypto. Let's go. The orange man hates the orange coin, but he's bullish on crypto. Rudy. So, oh yeah, guys, Americans see this case for what it is, a political circus, says Tommy Tuberville. the left can lie about Chunk all they want, but the American people aren't buying it. So it's coming, guys. It's getting politicized. But this right here is the most important thing, guys. I don't know how we start to really pump in crypto until the banking thing sorts itself out. I really thought it was going to be in March. There was a bunch of things lining up. Once the what was it? Not the swap lines, but something dried up in March. I thought that was going to kind of be a catalyst. The real estate market is a disaster. And this right here is lingering. I did a stream on it maybe like 6 weeks ago, telling you guys that Japan is going to be the one that starts all the problems. They are going to a CBDC this year. They're the only G7 country that's piloting one. So it's going to happen. They are going to be settling their banks with XRP next year. It's a fact. It's public knowledge. Yoshitaka Kitao, the CEO of SBI Japan, they own 10% of Ripple equity. He's the right-hand man to the prime minister. He's telling us banks are going to be using XRP next year. So they need to get Tether, this thing situated. I don't know if they're going to make Tether go through a full audit. I don't see how they just ban Tether in the United States. I mean, I guess they could, but that's such a huge problem. All these exchanges with all the liquidity, I guess. But you know what? I've been paying attention, Kraken has been taking down Tether pairs the last year or so. I noticed Bitstamp took down everything that was Tether related. Almost all the exchanges that are legal here have done that. And this is just the thing that I'm waiting for. This is the problem right here. Manipulation of the Bitcoin market. This is how Tether does it. The negative market response. Do they have enough cash to fill the EOM statements? I don't know what EOM means. Estimated market. I don't know. Yes, they hold long. No, default. Buy Bitcoin. Positive market. Refill the cash buffer. Yes, sell Bitcoin. No, print more Tether. All right, we'll just keep printing more Tether. And it's just a Ponzi scheme. Unbacked Tether is issued and pushed into the Bitcoin market. The fraudulent trader must have enough cash to cover the EOM statements. So I'm not going to go too deep into guys, but we know this is a problem. They've never been audited. And they're gloating about record profits. I think that's a very good way to look over here. Look how much money we're making. Meanwhile, it's a complete Ponzi scheme. I mean, the classic magic show. So, guys, this was shocking. I've known that JP Morgan has been using Onyx and Provenance blockchain and Fidelity, these guys, Franklin Templeton, they've all been using these private blockchains, but we don't have access to it. We can't see what they're doing. And I was, is this not the article? Oh, there was an article saying that they've already processed over $1 trillion on that blockchain. And I could not believe it. So think about that, guys. I don't think they're ever going to go to these public blockchains. They're going to use them when it's convenient. But until we have some kind of privacy layer in between where they can transact, it's kind of, instead of us being able to go see every transaction, look at that wallet, follow it all the way back, there needs to be some sort of, like how we use credit cards, where if at the end of the night at a restaurant, all you get are XXXX, the last four numbers. That's what we need in this market. Somewhere where it's OX and it hides like everything in there. So you can't see the wallets, or it settles on a different L2 or something. But man, I want to find that article. I swear it was that one. but they were, oh, okay, here it is right here. Stephanie Locke of Onyx revealed that Onyx has now processed more than 1 trillion in notional transactions. It follows the revelation earlier this week that its blockchain handles up to 2 billion in transactions daily, guys. $2 billion daily. So this right here, once XRP and the XRP ledger, once Japan issues their CBDC, once they're settling their banks, cross-border payments internally with XRP and Ripple, the whole world's going to have to adjust to that level. And once, I think 6 weeks from now, the lawsuit will be over, and that's when things are going to change. I really see by the end of the year, Tether is going to be the problem that creates the liquidity crisis in the market. If Tether gets sanctioned, something happens, Bitcoin starts dumping, the stock market gets all screwed up, and they say, we need instant settlement. We cannot have T+2 for the ETFs. It does not work. We need on-demand liquidity. That's the whole point of Ripple. That's the whole point of blockchain, is to settle instantly. And without that, that's what they're going to say. Oh my God, all this could have been avoided if we just had on-demand liquidity or instant settlement. Oh, well, here's the solution right here. You got Ripple, you got R3, and I think there's one other one out there. Hyperledger, I forget the name of it. Besu or Bosu. So there's 3 options out there, and they're going to create the problem. I want to find that thing with the money supply, with how bad it is for the banks right now. And they were just showing the amount of debt or something compared to 08, and it's like 4 times as high. And you just look at that, it's like, oh my God, it's just a ticking time bomb. Oh, this is just great too. So since the COVID top, when everyone was buying Lambos and Ferraris, 2.1 trillion in excess savings has been wiped out of the economy. From March 20 until August 2021, 2.1 were built up after 4 trillion in stimulus. Since then, U.S. households have depleted these savings at a pace of 70 billion a month. At the same time, credit card debt has risen to a record 1.1 trillion, guys. How does this end? They literally, I've been saying it for 5 years. The inflation numbers are complete bullshit. So now think about what they just did. They're now taking coffee out of the equation. So this entire last 2 years, coffee has been a part of inflation, and it's now up like 80% year over year. So now moving forward, they are excluding coffee from inflation reports. So how can you now have the same numbers ever again? Like, they just constantly do this stuff, guys. It's way different metrics from what they did in 2019. If you go back 5 years, inflation was 12 to 14% before COVID. This shit's out of control. Every dollar you own that you had in your bank or your pocket since 2020, you've now lost 80% due to the banks just printing. That dollar's worth 20 cents. It's horrible. That's why it's so important to get into gold, silver, real estate that you have paid off, you don't have a mortgage on, any collectibles. I mean, how often I love Pokemon cards. I've been saying it for, I did a stream last summer on my Magic cards and Pokemon cards and how it looked like they were going to start going up. Guys, every single box is starting to go crazy. These things were $80 2 years ago. Nobody wanted them. I bought maybe 6 boxes and a case or 2. And look at this. In the last 6 months, this box went from 120 to 240. But not even. From January 15th of this year, it's up 70%. So even if you just put your money into Pokemon cards, guys, that's how bad the economy is. Pokemon cards are just going through the roof. Anything. If you can just buy anything right now, if you're holding cash and you have savings or mutual funds, any of that stuff, guys, it's a new world now. You're losing money. They're going to keep scamming the inflation numbers and telling you, oh, it's this percent, it's that percent. But you go to the store and the prices tell you differently. I mean, every one of these sword and shield boxes, guys, is up. Every one. It's insane. So I'm so glad I've been putting my money into these cards. And right now, you can get them for so cheap. The new Scarlet and Violet era on eBay, the one of the sets is now starting to go up. But you can get the Scarlet and Violet booster boxes for like $90 right now. And you just put them away for 2-3 years. The Sword and Shield, they started in 2020. So 4 years. So these started in 2023. So 3 years from now, these will be $200. This is almost a guarantee to double up. You can find it for cheaper than 94. Here's 93.95 or best offer. I just bought a couple, guys, for $80. These people accepted my offer. I lowballed the hell out of them. And they said, yes, I made 10 offers. Guys, look at this. $80 shipped. Sorry, $86 after tax per box. And this is Temporal Forces and Paradox Rift. So $86. This person, Mystery Cards Inc., is accepting deals this cheap right here. So why do you think real estate with a mortgage is a bad thing? Oh, it's not a bad thing, bro. I just look at the problem with the banks right now, and I wouldn't want to have that lingering over me if I had an option. Like if I had the choice, I would rent a place and save up until I could buy a place outright, or I would just downgrade my life. I really see, like the house I grew up in, my parents sold it 2 years ago. And the property taxes, since we moved into that house in 1995, in the 25 years they were there, I think almost 4x'd. It's 400%. So no matter what, your taxes did just keep going up. So I'm really about homesteading, bro. I'm going to buy rural land in the country where I can start food chain. Start growing organic food, beef. We got a bunch of people that are willing to move down there, all kinds of different skills, and start doing it ourselves, bro. That's the way to do it instead of relying. Couldn't you argue that inflation rises, your debt would decrease? Yeah, bro, definitely. 100%. It makes it cheaper to pay back, but once this happens, if you don't have that house already and you go to buy a house now, you're looking at a 7.5% mortgage. So it works both ways. You got to time it. If you time it right, of course, it works out. And people are, you got to do what you got to do. There's nothing wrong with it. I would just prefer to rent until I could own, a majority of it. So if I had to take an equity loan out or something, I could do that. But, you got to do what you got to do. Everyone's different. So I didn't realize. So this is what I was getting at. This is what's they're doing $1 trillion on their market. So think about the XRP ledger, right? You start doing $2 billion in volume on the XRP ledger, the automated market maker, the way it works there is you're going to bid for the opportunity to get that arbitrage. So there's pretty much no impermanent loss on the XRP ledger. It's revolutionary. David Schwartz has been working on this thing for God knows how many years, and it's all coming into place right now. All these amendments, lending, borrowing are all coming up soon. Bridges are available. Corium, they have the DEX Pulsera over there. We just got our second airdrop for that, for holding Corium, which was an airdrop from 2020 from XRP and Flare and Songbird and Sologenics. You guys, the passive income is crazy if you play it right in crypto. So I'm still, I don't think XRP is going to do anything for like 6 weeks, but once they're doing this volume and they're doing on Sologenics, that DEX starts doing a couple 100 million in volume a day and it's deflationary. Oh man, guys, I can't wait. They start tokenizing stocks on that DEX. Man, I can't wait to pair up Tesla stock with Dogecoin. And that is going to be done on Flare. It's just going to be so cool. That's the future. So guys, the value is going to come to these chains, the utility coins. Once there's value on the chain, the prices will rise. Once they're doing hundreds of millions and billions of dollars a day in transactions, that's what's going to bring value to the utility coins that we're holding. So don't get shaken out now. This is that little lull between the halving and the pump. And when it happens, guys, it just happens so fast. I just saw this. Thought it was really funny that you can send Reebok a picture on Instagram and have them put them on your new shoes. So that was pretty funny right there. But this is going to be so big, guys. Just these real world assets, tokenizing them, and people like with the high end NFTs. That's why I love Galileo Protocol. With what they're bringing on here, all their high end assets. I just got one of the NFTs on here. They're like 150 Matic to get the NFT, and then you get the airdrop for the Nebula, and then that gives you Galileo token airdrop. So for like, I don't even know, $70 or something, $80, you can get one of the NFTs, and I'm taking a shot on it. I don't care if it goes to zero. I just see the amount of upside they have, the partnerships, and that's what I like to gamble on versus a meme coin. I'd rather gamble on something like this that's trying to bring value, get rid of the black market, get rid of fraud and all that stuff. So they're partners with LCX, and LCX now, once India banned crypto or told all the exchanges they had to go, but magically LCX was there and okay to operate, and they have their bit license in New York. I was like, okay, there's something going on here. LCX is a chosen one. And I did my research. I bought my bags, and we bought it down in here, guys, at 3 cents. And people fudded it, and it ran up to 30 cents. Why would I ever buy an exchange? Exchanges are dead. Yeah, they will be dead. But you know what? Some of them will thrive. You need exchanges for certain things. When you want to launch tokens and have sales legally, you have to do it through exchanges. And that's what's coming. And this is what LCX is doing right now. They have their diamonds on here, their Tiamins or whatever they are, tokenized diamonds. Hedera's doing it too. So there's going to be competition for all this stuff. It's not like there's just one person that's going to take the cheese. Polytrade is a huge competitor to Galileo. I love both of them. I own both coins. I don't know who's going to win, but I see Polytrade's market is up and running, and they have assets for sale. They have different BlackRock equity options you can buy. And what sold me is the Pokemon cards. Like, you can buy legit graded Pokemon cards on here. It's really cool, guys. So this is the future. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to have assets that we have that you own that are like rare or special, and you're going to tokenize them and bring them on the blockchain. There's going to be apps to do that in the near future. So I'm just trying to front run that and get involved with these projects that are thinking for the future. Sovereignty isn't given, it's taken. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, vanilla. That's why I'm gonna move. I'm gonna buy, hundreds of acres, hopefully like 1,000, and then 5 or 10 families will be moving down there too. So we'll be all owning thousands of acres together, and then, start organic gardens, start beef, start with chicken, and have enough to feed everyone around there. That way your groceries and food and stuff pretty much no longer worrying about. And hopefully there's a surplus to sell locally. And then, Lindsay makes all her skincare stuff, her lotions, her soaps, her hand creams, her body washes. I mean, you name it. There's so many different things. Like every product that you use, lotions, shampoos, you can make. So we can pretty much eliminate a lot of that stuff. And then imagine if, we had someone came in that was like, yeah, I'm a cattle farmer. I'd set up my shop down there. All right, cool, bro. I'll give you 30 acres. Here you go. You can build a little house or whatever. Here's the land. And then now you have someone that knows what they're doing. Like, I'm just thinking for the future. Like, this is what's going to happen. And a lot of you in this chat are already going to be involved and will be making the move and doing this. And that's the future, guys, where all of our kids can play together outside. And it's just like when I was growing up. Oh, they're all playing kickball. They're out riding their butt, just doing kid things. And it's doable. You just got to provide the atmosphere. So I really can't wait to do that. And where there's a will, there's a way. And that shit's contagious. I know if there was like 10, 15 families and we were all crushing it and we were streaming together, doing live streams of all the stuff we're making, putting together. We got streaming studios coming. Any Hexicans want to come down here. We're building housing. So if someone lost their job, they need a place or whatever, come stay here, get back on your feet, figure it out. Perfect. Like that's power right there. So that's the future that I will hopefully be bringing to the world if we can get a pump. And let's go. Bitcoin 62.7. All right. Not bad. ETH, guys. So Rand Nooner capitulated today. He got out of his ETH, put it into Solana, but that to me is like a bottom sign. I don't think we're going much lower. I really think the ETF might come. Someone made a really good point that the SEC screwed up with Bitcoin, making it so public, talking about it. Yeah, we're going to prove it. We're not going to prove it. But it was in the spotlight constantly. But you don't hear anything about the ETH ETF. And ARK and somebody else just went back and removed staking from it. I told you guys when I did that stream about Tether and Japan and the Black Swan that the SEC is going to come after ETH. They want to get rid of all proof of work staking or proof of stake, regular staking, not liquid staking like Hedera. If you take a coin and you lock it up, like I'm doing with Veracity, that's going to be an illegal security because those coins left my wallet. Where Hedera, I go and I stake my Dovu, my Saucer Swap, my H-Bar. I stake it and those coins stay in my wallet. I can trade them or send them at any time. Big difference there. And that's why I think the T-share in Hex is okay. Because even though that Hex left your wallet, it got burnt and you were given a T-share in replacement. So you physically had something that was giving you that yield in your wallet. So I don't see Hex having a problem at all. But this is what the SEC wants, guys. So I think Tether is the problem that's going to come. The banks, I think there's going to be major problems. But again, then it's an election year. So then it's like, okay, so if they somehow keep the Ponzi scheme going, Trump gets in, the markets are going crazy. What? We have a massive crash in 2025, and then they just blame everything on Joe Biden. And look what he did. We got to go through this to fix it. So, guys, I can make you an argument for why this bull market is going to end in November, why this is going to be the super cycle that's going to last till the debt restructuring in 2026. I can make an argument it's going to last until a year after the halving. I can make an argument for October 2025. I mean, anything, guys. So there's 5 different scenarios I can lay out a great argument for why this bull run is going to end 5 different times. So nobody knows out there what's going to happen. And you got to just position yourself, hodl strong, and hold hodlers win, guys. And this is like the last chance where we're going to be at the rock bottom with all these altcoins, with a majority of crypto. I mean, once these things take off, and the NVIDIA, they report on like May 22nd or something, that's going to spark another AI run. Once they come in and blow expectations out of the water, GPU, all these AI coins that can just say NVIDIA or have it on their website, they're going to start pumping like crazy. I think that's going to kick off another run. Right now, memes are starting to go again. So it's going to move in little parts of the market. I don't think we're going to have that full-blown euphoria. Everything's pumping until the fall or the end of summer. But We'll see. I'd love to be wrong. I would love for shit to just take off right now. Well, let's see what's doing good in the last 24 hours. XDC, GBEX, XSwap. Nothing. Everything's down. That's good, guys. You want to see, all right, what's down the most right now? BioFi. That great coin. Karate. I mean, this thing has just got slaughtered. I didn't even realize it. But look at this thing. Whoop. They literally did a 10x and then fell 50% and then fell 50% again. But I don't care. I know where this is going. And we got in so early that we're still up money because we've been betting on the fights and earning. You know, we've been talking about since July last year. So the price is still up from then. And when we were accumulating in the winter time, I mean, we're up double from then. So getting in early and just holding, guys. You don't want to be buying the FOMO. This is going to happen again, and everyone gets excited. There's a bag that you overlooked, or I didn't add to that, and it's pumping. Should I get in now? And you buy one of these pumps, and then what happens? It comes right back down. Every one of these green candles in a bull market, when it goes parabolic, look at this. It comes back down. Very few times, except a blow off top, will it not retrace 50%. That's why people get destroyed when they come in right here. You know, you come in at halfway up, and then you add, you're like, oh my God, da-da-da, and then boom, and then it starts crashing. And then the coin you held started pumping. So don't rotate like that, guys. It's how you get wrecked. Just hodl. I've given you all the best coins out here. If you're new, you haven't seen, here's the favorites list of a lot of the stuff. And then all the PRC-20s right now. Everything we got over here. And some of the other altcoins. Altura, XRP, Solo, Clearpool at 12 cents. I added more like last week. I feel like an idiot now at like 14 cents. But that's all right. That's the point of the part of the market we're in. You buy and you look at it next week and you lost 10%. That's all right. Buy again. And what's going to happen? You're going to lose another 10%. And then what? Buy again. And what's going to happen? You're probably going to lose another 5%. But that's okay. You're going to be getting more coins. And when it turns around, it'll all come back. All the gains in crypto, they're made in like 2 to 3 weeks. You hodl this shit for 2 years. And the gains come in literally 15 days. So you can't time this market, guys. I can't. If you know someone that can, stick with them. Stick by their side. So Hex up 12%. Love it. Teddy Bear doing nothing. Wait a minute. Well, how the 17? Okay, that must be some weird pair. All right, I'm looking at this like how? Okay, what? See that's why when what pair am I looking at with this? Hex wrapped ETH. Oh, Hex on Ethereum. Okay, that makes sense. Inc. Pulsechain. So Pulsechain doing nothing, guys. Down 41% from sacrifice. So if you were just holding PulseX and Hex, I mean, man, that sucks. Because everything else is up a lot. I mean, look, PTGC, Alien, Atropa, PDI, all the reflection coins. Metis is getting slaughtered, but whatever, I'm holding. Sunny's ecosystem, that's the one I've been accumulating like crazy. So if you guys don't know, A1A, so he's paired that up with 150 PRC-20s. So instead of saying, all right, what's going to pump? Oh, it's Maker. Oh, tomorrow it's going to be Compound. No, then it's going to be Chainlink. No, it's going to be Colt Dow. No, it's going to be Pepe. Well, I don't want to play that chasing game. A1A is paired up with all of them. So you basically have exposure in a sense with A1A, which I love it. So, and when you're looking at the charts, guys, it brings you to the USD. Always switch it to versus wrapped Pulse. So you can see how your coin has been doing against Pulse. So A1A has been slowly going up and to the right against Pulsechain. And it's deflationary. It should be. And that's perfect. So holding A1A, you did better. Obviously I still have Pulsechain, but I only have maybe 10% of what I have from a year ago when we launched. But just PDI alone, when I swapped millions of them for PDI a month or two ago, it's up millions of Pulse. So it's just tough when to hold the core when there's so many other things out here. Die hard. I mean, this thing crashed. We're all the way down to 16 cents, 17 cents. Now we're up to 23. So anybody that had bought, I bought early. I bought at like 60 cents and then again at 40. And then I loaded up again at under 20. And I'll probably buy more again. Hopefully, if someone sends some Pulse to vibrafinance.pulse, I'll get more. But for now, I'm tapped out. So you just buy the dips, buy low down here, and they will come back. This is paying you back PDI every single day. And if they just go to 10 cents, that's like a 25x from here. So I don't know, guys. It's Richard said 52 weeks to shake out the weak hands. And we're here. This is the birthday. I mean, seriously, he could start pumping this any single day. You got to be ready. And I don't know if it's coincidence, Link, Quant, all the blue chips and the AI coins, Singularity Net, Render, Fetch, and then my baby Anchor. I think that's one of the sleepers right there. P Anchor. Nobody's talked about it. And Anchor is working with Flare. They signed another couple deals. It's one of like the staples of DeFi over there with Compound, Balancer, Gnosis. So I think people are sleeping on that one. And then GIF. Let's go. Pumping, launch. My guys over there. That's going to do so well, guys. Once projects start coming out. Pokey. Go buy some Pokey. I wish Goo God tells me to you got to stop being brutally honest. But what do you want me to do? I don't have money to be buying and selling my own coin and screwing around with it. It is what it is. If I had the money, I'd be pumping Pokey, but it is what it is. Time will tell. Damn, SFD. SMD. I'm renaming it right now. SMD. Stimulus. Come on, man. Really? Who's just freaking blood candle? Jeez whiz. When did that happen? "15 minutes ago." Oh well. That's crazy. Oh well. I'm wrecked in stimulus. What do we got? A new all-time low now? No. All right. We got down. Oh yeah, we're pretty much at fucking rock bottom. Gee whiz. That sucks. UFO, how we doing there? All right, UFO is looking good. Perfect. I like that. See? That chart looks good right there. Holding the new floor. Can't, trying to break through, but keeps getting rejected. Trying to break through. This is what Bitcoin's going to do. Just channel sideways. Then we're just going to pop, guys, and no one knows what's going to happen. That's why you got to just be ready. And when these dips come, they're opportunities. As much as you don't want to hear that, they really are. So, Caparanga still holding Pulse. The other stuff's worth more at this point. Yeah, exactly. Like PTGC, Alien. Like, we crushed it on that, Caparanga. I'm glad you got into them. That's why I love hearing these stories of, oh, yeah, I got in early. I got in with, way back when you said to in October, November. PDI and Atropa last summer. I'm not going to steer you guys wrong. Like Galileo or Polytrade, like they might not be some of the best projects out there, but they're not going to be rug pulls. You're not going to get wrecked on these coins. Any of the coins that are on my favorites list here. I don't think you're going to get wrecked on any of these. Ondo, got to just go with the blue chip. Propy, got this thing at a quarter. So once you get into stuff early, like Propy at a quarter, you can sustain the huge dips. Went from 362 all the way down to here. So I lost like a 5x on that, but it doesn't matter. Getting in at a quarter, who cares? And that's how it's going to be for all these winning coins as they keep going up over time. Propy goes to $5, $10, $15. Is it going to matter if you got in at 25 cents, 40 cents, 70 cents? It really doesn't. So the more time goes by and these things just slowly go up into the right, and then they have that huge pump, and then you're just lost. You're left behind. And Cardano, I can pretty much take off here. I'm down to I think I left like 1,000 of them in my IRA. They left $500 left. I just can't justify holding Cardano versus like Hedera and even the graph. Like, how could Cardano outperform the graph this cycle with the AI narrative? Like, I just don't know. So that's why you see Cardano on here. Some of the blue chips are in my IRA. I can't do anything with that for 20 plus years. So you got to think long term, and it's limited selection. So not all these are in my liquid portfolio. Sushi Swap is in there. Aave's in there. Cardano. Decentraland. Sandbox. So HBAR, that's where I hold the majority. I'm diversified into Sauce, Karate, Dovu, and all those altcoins, but I don't know. Might have been a mistake looking at Karate fall like crazy. But with the betting and stuff, I've added like 33% to my bag, so I'm not complaining. It's all about the amount of coins, not the value right now. Smash that like button, guys. I'm out of here. That's all I got. 155 of you. Appreciate you stopping in. If you want a super chat, vibrafinance.pulse. If you want a one-on-one consulting, vibrafinance.com. And if you want to join the alpha group, 28 Wealth. I think we got 45 people in there now. No one's complained. Everyone's happy. And come check it out for yourself and get the alpha early. Get the meme coin gems. Get those degen plays. And get the alpha. So see you guys tomorrow.